And here is the Vegan's Almanac for today, the 24th of July, 2025. This July 24th is Pythagorean Theorem Day. The Pythagorean Theorem is a fundamental concept in geometry. It states that in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. This relationship is expressed by the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean Theorem Day is celebrated today, 7/24/25, because the sum of the squares of the first two digits, 7 and 24, is equal to the square of the year, 25. Pythagoras is known for being one of the first prominent vegetarians, or rather, the term Pythagorean was used for those who abstained from meat before the word vegetarian was coined. For a long time, vegetarians were called Pythagoreans. He and his followers adhered to a diet that excluded meat and fish. Pythagoras' vegetarianism stemmed from his belief in reincarnation and the interconnectedness of all living beings. While primarily driven by ethical and philosophical reasons, Pythagoras also believed that a vegetarian diet was healthier and promoted peace, both within individuals and between humans. The next and last Pythagorean Theorem Day of this century is on October 24th, 2026. It's the birthday of Jean Baur, born on this day in 1962. Jean Baur has been called the conscience of the food movement by Time magazine and opposes factory farming and advocates for a more just and respectful food system. Baur is president and co-founder of Farm Sanctuary, a farmed animal protection organization. He is vegan and has been involved with animal rights since he co-founded Farm Sanctuary in 1986. Baur has authored 2 books and various articles. A pioneer in the field of undercover investigations and farmed animal rescues, Jean has visited hundreds of farms, stockyards, and slaughterhouses, documenting the deplorable conditions. His pictures and videos exposing animal cruelty have aired nationally and internationally, educating millions about the plight of modern farmed animals. And his rescue work inspired an international farm sanctuary movement. Jean Baur, who said, "This lifestyle is not about deprivation, it's about living inspired." The arrests of Joseph Buddenberg and Nicole Kissane were on this day in 2015. The United States Attorney's Office issued a press release that read, "Animal rights activists Joseph Buddenberg and Nicole Kissane were arrested by the FBI today and charged with terrorizing the fur industry during cross-country road trips in which they released thousands of mink from farms around the country and a bobcat from a farm in Montana. Both Buddenberg and Kissane served about 2 years in prison." And here's a poem for today, Pythagoras and Countryman by John Gay. Pythagoras, at daybreak drawn to meditate on dewy lawn, to breathe the fragrance of the morning, and like philosophers, all scorning to think or care where he was bound, fell on a farm. A hammer's sound arrested then his thoughts and ear. "My man, what are you doing there?" The clown stood on a ladder's rung and answered him with rudish tongue, "I've caught the villain, this here kite kept my hens ever in a fright. I've nailed he here to my barn door, him shan't steal turkey poults no more." And lo, upon the door displayed, the caitiff kite his forfeit paid. "Friend," said Pythagoras, "'tis right to murder a marauding kite, but by analogy, that glutton, that man who feasts on beef and mutton, I say that by analogy, the man who eats a chick should die. 'Tis insolence of power and might when man, the glutton, kills the kite." The clown, who heard Pythagoras, waxed in a rage, called him an ass, said man was lord of all creation. "Man," the sage answered, sans sensation, "you murder hawks and kites. lest they should rob you of your fatted prey. And the great rogues may hold their state, the petty rascal meets his fate. Pythagoras and Countryman by John Gay. This has been the Vegan's Almanac with the reminder to always choose kindness.